Hello and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show Premium Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Friedland. I'm with Nick Mullen. This weekend, by the way, guys, Irvine, California, the 8th through the 10th, I'll be in town. Please come, please buy tickets. It's a huge club, and I would love to come see you. And we're going to Main Street Disney afterwards. I'm going to take the entire audience.
And
we're going to do shots.
June 15th through June 17th, San Diego.
All right.
I'll be at the American Comedy Co. I don't know if that's company or...
I think company, probably.
What are the other co's?
Codependency. Country. Council.
Core.
Court.
Core.
Corp. Yeah, Corp. How you doing?
I'm all right. Got some suntan lotion in my eyes.
Are you outside this weekend?
No, but you know, it's
part of your beauty routine.
I go outside to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
Yeah, you get burned. Your Irish skin.
So, how was Austin?
It was good. Yeah, good. Tacos, you know, that kind of thing. Don't you have one of these?
I don't.
I thought you had
I
one.
don't.
Here you go.
Thank you.
It was good.
Tacos.
The shows were great. Thank you to everyone who came out. I had some tacos. I didn't really do much.
When you stayed there, did you stay in the Domain?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you?
No, I've never been to the new Cap City.
Oh,
I went to Domain.
I stayed at the mall in the Domain.
Domain was just about opening. It was brand new, I think, when I was leaving Austin. So I had never seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't go there, but I feel like the Domain was sort of the beginning of the end for Austin. Because Austin was always changing, but it was changing in ways like, you know, I guess like the East Side being gentrified, or the old like Texas-style hippies had been like. But the Austin is changing, folks. We're mostly just boomers mad that it wasn't the 1970s anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so that some things were inevitable. You know,
Yeah.
Like a guy had a laptop, and they'd be like, "Come on, man! It's supposed to be Texas style swinging.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to drop acid and trade partners." You know,
Yeah.
whatever, that was the old Austin vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Domain made it like, oh, now this is it's just for wealthy people from like Los Angeles to move there.
Yeah, that's what I understand has happened in the last 10 years. I mean, I have nothing to compare it against, but it makes kind of sense. Yeah, no, I stayed at the Apple store, basically. Some of the audience members were saying that that was the most cursed place in Austin, the Domain.
The Domain.
Yeah, I think that they meant that in an internet way, not in like an Indian burial ground way.
I bought jeans there when I did Cap City.
At the Levi store.
At the Levi store.
Yeah.
The guy that sold me jeans was like, good luck at the show tonight.
The guy that sold me cowboy boots said that to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a real carpetbagger.
I think you should lead with that. If you know who I am and I come into your business, start with that. Don't let me come into your Jamba Juice and like pick my nose.
And then wait, yeah.
And then be like, oh, I know who you are.
And I farted.
Yeah. Like, that's not fair to me.
Yeah, you're a spy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're KGB. Just be honest, say good luck. No, the guy that sold me the boots was like, the Neil deGrasse Tyson episode slapped. He told me that. Mm-hmm. So shout out to him, and thanks for the boots.
Where'd you go, Allen Boots?
I went to one of the stores in the mall. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, you just went to the Domain to buy cowboy boots?
I was living at the Domain for 4 days, yeah. No, I was in whatever that fucking hotel is called. It's like the Loft. What's it called?
A Loft?
A Loft, yeah.
Oh, a loft, yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I call them A Loft.
A Loft.
A Loft Hotler.
Yeah,
Loft
it's a
Hotel.
Marriott.
Marriott?
Yeah, it's a Marriott Bonvoy.
I'd like to get Marriott to a little Bonvoy.
Oh, yeah. I'd officiate
I'd like
the ceremony.
to move to Thailand to get Marriott to a
a
little
Bonvoy. Look at my little Bonvoy.
Yeah.
Looking all cute.
Bonvoy is such a funny word. American words that try to sound French are great.
Well, it's an abbreviation of Bon Voyage, no?
Yeah. But taking voyage off, and it's just Bonvoy.
It sounds like how gay guys talk.
Bon
Bonvoy!
If it was 2 words, maybe.
Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah.
It makes me think of like a big like Pontiac from the 70s.
That's cool.
Like a Bonneville.
A Bonneville.
I guess I'm just thinking of Bonneville.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big shitty, just a big shitty car. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Take your morbidly obese mother to the hospital, man.
I went to what do you call it, Tom Segura's studio, and it is true. If you don't live in New York, you could just have really nice things. I mean, granted, he is one of the most successful comedians, but there's like there's like reception, there's chandeliers, there's like floor to ceiling murals everywhere. It's unreal. Yeah, like a recording booth with glass.
Was he there before Joe Rogan?
I think he said he went there 2 years ago.
And where in Austin is? So he's a studio. It's not
like
just his
south
house.
of the river.
It's not just his house.
No, it is. It's like
a separate place.
It is a massive facility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, offices.
Because he's building a whole network or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he has like multiple shows on his channel.
I'd like to talk to him about some business ideas I've had.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an idea for an app.
What is it? Let me hear.
It's I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give the idea away.
That's a good idea. You don't want to give it away to these creeps.
I'm gonna get into app making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tom Segura is
I'd like to talk to him about it. I'd like to see what kind of progress we could make. Yeah, that's cool. So like Travis Heights.
I don't know what the name was. It's like south of there was like 7 freeways that met.
It's
like
probably,
around
probably Travis Heights.
where that was.
Well, if it's not where he lives, then it's just
It wasn't in a neighborhood. It was like in an industrial park.
Like Ben White and 35.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly where it is.
Yeah. No, man.
I remember I was like, this street is called Ben White. Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
He's a soccer player for Arsenal.
I used to deliver pizza around those ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that those were your stomping grounds?
That was my turf. Yeah.
That was your turf.
Yeah. At the Papa John's on, I can't remember if it was on Lamar or Congress. I think it was South Congress.
Yeah.
Past.
When did you move from there? Like over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? 2023 now.
It is.
I rewatched Titanic the other night.
It's great.
Yeah. It's crazy that bitch is supposed to be 100 years old. She's also supposed to be like 12 when she's like Rose is that character.
She's supposed to be 100. Yeah.
She's
when
like
she drops
15
the
or
thing.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, that would only make sense if she was. Well, I mean, they didn't say how old she was, did they?
Yeah, but she could only be 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose is actually 11 years old in that movie.
Yeah.
She's just got big old things.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
It's great. It's a masterpiece.
I remember because like in elementary school you're like it's for girls and like gay guys.
No, I loved it even in elementary school.
No, well you all see boobs for the first time, but I remember like the girls would go see it 8 times. Do you remember? And then
yeah,
and then like the
girls
one
did that.
I saw it with my parents and whatever, but then I watched it in the last year or two and it's so fucking good. It's like he really sunk the damn boat, dude. He like made a boat and he sunk it. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There's multiple like YouTube clips. Here we go.
This is an apology.
There's. Do you know who? This might be somebody that knows. Because we might have referenced it on. Yeah, this is just somebody like repeating. This is somebody like a Cumtown fan that made this, but it was years ago. I was trying to find it the other night, but I found like a tribute to Fabrizio on YouTube like 10 years ago. Like somebody made a fan video for Fabrizio. This guy
Jack's friend.
Yeah, the guy that's in like 3 scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And I love that. And there's all these people that are like, I loved Fabrizio so much. Yeah. No, he's like just out of the movie for the most part, and then when the boat's sinking, like Jack's like Fabrizio. He's like Jack, the boat, she make too much water.
Yeah, it's they win the tickets in a card game.
Mm-hmm.
Him and old Fabrizio. Seems like they had bad luck in the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that that movie, That movie is like you forget about like those type of event movies because they're all Marvel at this point. I think whatever, we talk about this crap all the time. We don't have to get into
This
it.
alternative death of Fabrizio.
What is this?
Well, there's the smokestack crushes him in the original, but I guess but he was meant to die another way that Cameron cut it from the movie for being too graphic. Let's see what it says here. Script says he was swimming towards collapsible A, the same boat Cal was on, and then Billy Zane, I guess, shoots him or something. I can't listen to this fucking music. This could be. It's a sentence that they turned into a YouTube video. That ending would have made us cry for Fabrizio and hate Cal even more.
Yeah, I would have. He's a bad guy.
I think Fabrizio should have survived and comforted Rose after losing Jack.
Yeah, he should have married Rose.
I know, right? They could have mourned him together. I really liked Fabrizio's character. It's a shame he died. Yeah, it's a shame. Lots apparently hated him, but I liked his character. Why would anyone hate him? He's hardly in the movie long enough to find anything to hate about him. I do wish they would have kept the deleted scenes about his romance with the Norwegian girl Helga. It would have definitely made his character more interesting.
Oh.
I agree. His character was perfect. And I can just imagine Fabrizio saving Helga and helping her to climb up on the stern.
This is all
Yeah.
like ancient gay guys.
I have no idea.
Like who's writing this?
Yeah.
Like 90-year-old gay guys?
No, but you know what? It's funny. Why I looked it up is because I remember being a kid, and when I saw the movie, when Fabrizio gets crushed by the smokestack or whatever, like I would have dreams where Fabrizio would be like the smokestack, and I would have to save him. I'm like, don't die, Fabrizio.
You would have dreams about him?
I would have dreams about Fabrizio dying.
Wow.
And I was like, I wonder if anybody else like just felt like a lot of sympathy for this character that's just this Italian retard that gets
Yeah. It was just like he was just running interference for his friend. He was just wingman.
He wasn't doing anything.
Oh, I guess he wasn't really.
He didn't even win the card game. Jack Dawson wins the card game. Fabrizio's just some Italian retard he befriended. He's like, oh, Jack, maybe we play a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they, in Ireland? Is that where it sets sail?
Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, it goes from Long Island to New York City. This is where the Titanic went.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it went from the Hamptons to New York City.
No, it's not that far. I don't understand how they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they hit an
Should be like what, like
They hit an iceberg outside of
hour and a
Coney
half?
Island. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and it would take 7 days to make that journey.
Really?
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
the movie's
To
great.
drive that, that's like
The movie's so good. I love the
It's-
captain too, who's just drunk the whole time.
the captain's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the owner of or the representative from the ocean liner company, F. Murray Abraham's character.
He's great too.
Yeah, he's like maybe make the boat go even faster, and he's like, I don't know, that doesn't seem safe. He's like, you're gonna die soon. Maybe people remember you as being the guy that drove the boat even faster than anybody else.
That's right.
And he was like, you know what, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
And then he kills
Everyone knows
everyone.
this is the biggest boat.
Yeah.
What if it was the fastest?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. Yeah. I watched it. I was like rewatching a bunch of Jim Cameron movies. I watched True Lies recently, actually.
Jim Cameron.
Yeah. Friends.
Ooh.
Yeah. Friends. From the Jewish media. He's Jewish, actually.
Oh, okay.
People didn't know that. I watched.
I thought he was. I thought he was like a cephalopod.
What is that again?
I don't know, like an octopus or something.
Yeah.
I thought he had no central nervous system.
Kind of does.
If you cut off one of James Cameron's arms, it'll continue to just make shitty movies. He'll just write the script of Avatar 3 without the rest of his body.
I think all his movies are good.
Yeah.
True Lies is so sick. It's like it's very funny.
Yeah.
Tom Arnold is hilarious in it.
Yeah, I mean, he's made so many good movies, and obviously, he's tapped into something.
I miss having Arnold Schwarzenegger be the biggest movie star in the entire world.
Should we do it this way?
Like what? Oh, like. Yeah, but I don't like. It's not conversational.
Are we on camera one?
Is Nick in it?
There we go. But no one said she drowned, Adam.
Who? Yeah.
I said she was murdered, but no one said that she drowned.
Oh, I mean, I just guessed. That was a guess.
No one said James Cameron was Jewish, Adam.
He's in Hollywood. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm out of mystery things to say.
Yeah.
I just didn't want you to get the vape. This show is brought to you
By vape.
by Elf Bar.
It's not. It's BC 5000 now.
By Elf Bar. Yeah, James Cameron, he's made so many like great movies that, and even the ones I don't like, you know, like obviously resonate. So I accept that Avatar.
He's only made like 7 movies.
Avatar is, yeah, but fucking.
They're all
Yeah,
huge.
Terminator, amazing.
They're all like the biggest movies of all time.
But like I accept that Avatar must be like there's a spiritual connection that people have to the movie that I'm just I'm cast out of some kind of collective paradise that I don't understand the movie and its appeal.
I think there's like a revisionist thing with Avatar where everyone said it was gay, and then now everyone's like it's actually good. Whereas like I never saw it and I only saw it recently. I'm like, okay, it's good. I mean, I just like that he made it, you know? I like that it was just like you could tell like he was like Captain Ahab on set, driving the crew to like insanity.
Did you know there's an original ending for Avatar or Titanic where Rose is the old lady Rose? You know, she wakes up in bed at night and then she sees the heart of the ocean diamond that she has. And then, you know, when she's walking in the boat to throw it away.
Oh, that broke my heart to see the money that was wasted on that.
Well, in the original ending, she goes to kill herself. And the boat captain like stops her. Fucking what's his name? Bill Paxton. He's like, "Don't want to do it. Don't kill yourself, old bitch." And then you know she's like, "Why?" You know, and then she shows him the diamond. You know, and he's like, "That's what I've been looking for this whole freaking time, man. It's fucking awesome, fucking diamond, dude." You know, and he's like all excited about it. And then she throws it in the ocean, and then he cries.
Then he cries.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah, and then Cameron cut that ending.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is this kind of a waste of time to commit suicide at 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have done it for 100 years at that point.
Yeah.
But she wanted to, what, die where he died or something? Is that what it's supposed to be? Yeah, I guess.
I have no idea. I don't understand why she would kill herself. You know? Yeah, you're right.
The big thing with that movie is that everyone says that she could have let him on the door.
Mm-hmm.
That she didn't have to let him die. And then apparently James Cameron and a bunch of people are like, the door wouldn't have supported both of them. You people are idiots.
They do kind of, if you watch it closely with that consideration in mind, because I remember seeing when I was a kid, I thought, I'm like, why can't he also be on the door?
Yeah.
There is a moment where he tries to get on the door and it starts capsizing.
It's accounted for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is accounted for. Yeah. I also, too, remember the movie when I was a kid thinking that, like, you know, when she's trying to wake him up and he's already dead? I thought he was still alive, and she just, I remember it as a kid, him being like,
no, he's frozen.
You're going to do great, Rose. And then he's like, see ya. And then he just drowns.
You thought he was...
Yeah, I just didn't understand that
you thought she killed him?
I didn't understand that you would freeze to death. My understanding of, like, freezing as a child was, like, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So I thought unless you were physically encased in a block of ice,
yeah, you can't freeze.
you can't freeze.
Unless you're like become a cube of ice.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be a popsicle.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I didn't realize that he was already dead when she,
Yeah.
lets go of his hand.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. And then she personally just has these, like, Picassos and Monets.
Yeah, that's the
And
other
she's
thing.
the only person that thinks he's a good artist.
That's right.
Yeah, she's the only person that likes Picasso.
Yeah. She has the eye for
Yeah,
it.
the rich guy's like, this is garbage.
This is crap.
This is terrible.
Why? What do you do this with finger paints? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Billy Zane is the shit in that movie too.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's like, you know, Picasso was a woman abuser.
Yeah, Nanette.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In a way, Cal from Titanic was the first Nanette.
Do you know about the controversy right now? The Nanette controversy?
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care at all.
What the Sacklers?
I read the article.
The Sacklers.
Well, it's not only the Sackler thing, but also there was some big article about her show, and some art snob went in, and they were like, "This is gay," which she did.
Yeah.
She just displays Picasso works, and then it's like #cringe. It's like an audio tour.
It's her talking in your ear? That's what the show
There's
is?
placards. I just imagined it. I didn't really breathe. I kind of skimmed through the
She's got
article.
her mouth is full.
I thought the best thing she could have done is just like, hey, we're taking Dean Picasso, and then you go in and it's just a million pictures of her ass. Just a giant, life-size picture of her ass.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
The best thing she could have done is she could have just done her own painting and said, "This is a Picasso," and then
She does that. At one
she
point.
does that.
Yeah, a short movie wherein Wallace and Gromit visit
Oh,
her
no.
ass.
Oh,
they
no.
fly to her ass.
Oh no.
Because her ass. Everyone knows Nanette's ass is made out of cheese, Gromit.
Uh-huh.
And then they're eating her
And then
ass.
they have a buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
No, he's going there.
Yeah.
He's going dark, guys.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit.
Nick's eyes are rolling in the back of his head. He's imagining himself in a different world. No. No, he's dissociating.
You can't eat that,
Bring it
Gromit.
back,
It's
bring it
Nanette's
back.
ass.
I gotta get like a spray bottle like a cat just to snap.
Cracking piece of Nanette's ass today, Gromit. Yeah.
What was your connection with Wallace and Gromit?
What do you mean my connection?
Have you unpacked it? Was there something that happened? Was there like a trauma that happened when you were watching it?
Why would I like the show if it's a trauma?
I'm just saying, why do you keep going
No,
there?
it's just great. It's just good.
Yeah, but you love The Simpsons. You don't keep going there.
I literally have been watching The Simpsons all this way. I've rewatched like half of the 6th season just yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
What's in the 6th season?
Bart's girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
This one where he dates, what's her name, Jessica Lovejoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ruins his life.
Yeah, she's like an e-girl.
She's a toxic,
Yeah, toxic e-girl.
toxic bitch.
You're bad,
She's got
Bart
BPD.
Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the ending of that episode really broke my heart, where he's like cleaning the steps
Cleaning
of the
the steps.
church.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm gonna do the best job."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, when I was a little kid, I was like, it really, really made me sad.
The one where Homer finds all the sugar.
Yeah,
Itchy and Scratchy Land. That
Yeah.
one's in there.
yeah.
Great line, Itchy and Scratchy Land, where one of the robots takes its hat off, its like skull off.
Is
like
that the
a
one with
hat.
the sugar cartel guys?
No.
No, that's a different one.
Yeah, so he takes his hat, the robot takes his, like, the top of his head off, and there's a bunch of circuit boards in there, and it's like lights and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Marge says, look at all that stuff in there, Homer. That's why your robot never worked. Which is a great joke.
What's the one where he finds all the sugar?
I'm trying to remember, because that's like a B story in, maybe it's Lisa's rival. When Homer gets all the sugar. That's the one where that girl Allison is like better at saxophone than Lisa.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Lisa's character has very subtle, like, bad things.
You kind of look like Lisa Simpson, sort of.
I don't have the spikes though.
Yeah, but your head is the same shape.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
You guys wear the same clothes.
You look like fucking
Cooler than you.
Santa's
Cooler
little
than you.
helper.
Cooler than you.
You look like
Cooler than you.
You look like fucking Barney.
Yeah, you look like a fucking big old bowl of alphabet soup, pal.
Did you know that Barney is from Simpsons is the guy inside the suit
Yeah.
of Barney?
Barney Gumble. Barney
He's-
Gumble is also Barney Rubble.
And he's also Barney the dinosaur.
Barney the dinosaur. He's also Barney Frank.
He is nipples protruding, very disgusting.
Barney Gumble looked disgusting this week. Ugh. We got a big week, man.
I know.
There's a lot to do.
We have a lot to do around the studio, guys.
Hopefully,
we're gonna get this fucking episode out this week.
Hopefully by Friday, but there is a lot to do.
There's a lot to do
Yeah. And then
around
we
the
got
studio.
to line up some more interviews.
Yeah. We got one lined up, right? Is that confirmed?
I confirmed it over the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I saw in the email.
Now that I'm picking up the slack here and doing more producing,
Yeah.
because you've been off buying boots, you've been gallivanting around
Yeah.
the nether regions of the country buying boots. What was the Target like? That's what I would have done. If I went to Austin, I would go see what's going on in the Target.
Yeah. It's a ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 3 people working there. I actually did go to a Dick's Sporting Goods, a massive Dick's Sporting Goods.
They're all massive.
Yeah, whatever. Just a huge store. Literally 2 people working in the entire place. I couldn't find anything.
When I was in Pittsburgh,
I don't know.
I go to Dick's. Me and Racine. When I take Racine on the road, we always end up at a Dick's or a Cabela's. But I pretty much always go to Dick's Sporting Goods whenever I'm on the road. It's just nice. I just like being in there.
Yeah, there's air conditioning. It's huge.
Yeah. And no, I had a whole day with Racine where he explained all the Yeti colors to me. Just standing there, he's like, yeah, so every season is like a new color that they come out with. And so this year it's yellow. So like a lot of people, they like, they want the yellow one. I'm like, all right. Having fun on the road.
Actually, in the Domain, there was a Yeti flagship store where you get Yeti T-shirts, Yeti hats.
I was in the Pittsburgh Dick's and I sneezed in the middle of the store. I was so hungover. And it was like a Nickelodeon, like, you could hear it. It went like splat on the floor. It was probably like this much snot came out of my head. Yeah. So sorry to whoever
had to clean that up.
Who mops the floor at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
I salute you. The real first responders. So what were you saying? You went to the flagship Yeti store in Austin?
I did go to the flagship Yeti store because I was like, who the fuck would? Yeah. Full. Packed full.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People are obsessed.
People love those things.
People love those things.
Yeah.
They were getting hats and stuff.
I tell you, I make myself almost every day. I went to Lifetime Fitness, the Lifetime Cafe, and I took notes. I went multiple trips and I watched them, and I like fucking figured out the exact ratios to make their vegan PB shake at home. Yeah. And then every day I make one of those, and I put it in my Yeti Rambler with the smoothie cup lid.
Okay.
It's a straw. It's the perfect amount. I tell you, nothing more satisfying than pouring out that blender, and it goes right up to the top of the Yeti.
And you just hit it.
Pop
perfect.
that on.
Yeah.
Simpsons on. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna die someday.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. Can't fucking wait. Nothing I do matters.
You know what is nice is when you don't have anything to do that day, is waking up and watching a full motion picture like before 10:30 a.m.
I do that a lot, dude.
A breakfast movie is fantastic.
No, when I live with Amber, I'd wake up at like 7 and I'd watch movies first thing in the morning. I get a coffee and that's the best. That is the best.
It really is the best.
Yeah, because you can really think about it.
You're really zoned in. Yeah. You're really thinking about it. Like if it's a movie you've seen a million times before, you're like picking up on new things. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday.
Why?
I don't know. I woke up late, and then it was like too late in the day to get stuff done that I wanted for this, and then I was just sitting around anxious all day.
Did you come here?
No, because there was nothing to do. There's stuff that needs to be done that I need other.
We'll
people
finish
for.
it after this stuff.
Nah, we'll get John Nunn back in here to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna film all the reverse.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Well, like we filmed one way, we're gonna film the other way.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Everything needs to be shot this way. We'll have to do.
Guys, we're excited. I'm excited. Nick doesn't like excited. Are you excited?
Well,
you don't like
satisfied.
hyping things up.
I'm satisfied.
But I'm quite excited about the next one.
I really only feel good when we're making stuff and I'm like,
Yeah, but you go through that process where you put it out and then you're like, I did terribly. But
then you move on to the other things.
Then you move on.
It works. Yeah. It literally is the same as like drinking. I mean, it's nice. Like
when you're drinking, it feels great.
It feels great. And then afterwards, you're like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a loser. I embarrassed myself.
Yeah, but I don't think this is like a destructive thing.
And then you're like, well, I'll get out of that headspace by drinking more.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's.
I think this is a more positive outlet.
It's fun. No, honestly, this is the most. This is the last time I felt this good about doing stuff was when I moved to New York, and I could just do all that. Like all I had to do was write those Nicole.
things.
Yeah, yeah. And I'd wake up 5 a.m. I'd have something finished by like probably 8 or 9.
You're prolific.
Well, I mean, a lot of it was just let me get the paycheck.
I think they were really good. There was one I was remembering the other day where you were talking about like a police brutality or something, where you just it had in one of the articles, it was like bang, 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 and then you just kept going like bang, 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 bang. It was like 20 gunshots.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, but I don't know how that popped into my head. It was very funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
There was one time I remember where I met up with you and I was freaking out about like my last relationship falling apart. I'm just ranting.
The dog? When you were dating a dog?
I was not dating a dog. It was my girlfriend from DC. And then I was just ranting at you. You were just like silent, like looking at your phone silent. And I was like, all right, Nick, well, nice hanging out this afternoon. And I went home and just brand new Nicole pops 1 hour later about how it's brave for women to cheat on men. Like literally just like completely inspired by everything I was saying. I was like, I had no concept of whether or not you were listening. And then you just fart out like a perfect Nicole. Like from the woman's perspective of a failing relationship.
Yeah, no, there's nothing even I would look back on and say I'm like proud of it. But yeah, just being able to work, to kind of
The
like
tipping thing was really good.
lock yourself away and work. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's nice. Everybody, look, if we had communism, that would be everybody's life. Everybody would just have unlimited resources to
A
make.
cool mom and a teacher at a retard school.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
had unlimited resources just to spend on their vanity projects, and no one would have to work in a factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy on a date at my show in Austin this weekend, and she had no idea. It was a first date, and I mentioned I don't know, up top, I was like, oh yeah, you might know me from my recent, all the articles claiming that I'm trying to turn Taylor Swift into a racist. And then the date apparently got pissed off that she was like, it's this guy. She's like, on our first date, you took us to see the guy. She's like, I love Taylor. She was like really mad that he did it. But then apparently, I don't know, I told them to get married. Yeah.
It's about bringing people together.
That's what I'm trying to do, baby.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went back? When you did the creek?
I had another canker sore under my tongue. I keep getting them underneath my tongue.
Take lysine.
They're so annoying.
Lysine, like, they're the biggest pills in the world. They make me want to throw up.
Just get smaller fucking lysine pills. There's no way that they are all big.
They're huge, dude.
No, there's no way. Go to the fucking vitamin shop and ask them for lysine, and they'll have
become huge.
They'll have a whole rack, and there'll be different options.
Well, I don't understand why. They were telling me that there were actual, there was rectal suppositories.
Of lysine?
Yeah, I was trying to
Have you ever used one of those?
No.
Dude, I tried. I didn't shit for like fucking 3 weeks one time, and I was just in pain. I was just like, it was like a brick in my stomach.
Yeah.
And I tried taking a suppository. Brutal.
You shoved it up your ass?
It's like a shotgun shell made out of salt.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't get it in there. I tried to. It was too painful.
But you had to look in the mirror?
No, I know where my asshole is.
I don't know. Maybe you missed.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you get in your dick hole.
I'm just crushing my own balls. Get in
You're
there.
like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
Get in there, you son of a bitch.
I can't shit.
Yeah. No, it's terrible. I'd rather just not shit.
Why couldn't you shit?
I can't wait until AI replaces shitting and pissing.
It's only a matter of time. Yeah. How do I?
Yeah. They should start making fat robots.
Yeah, just lazy ass robots that don't do anything.
Just to see the social media campaign against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're erasing fat people. Fat people complaining that we're replacing them with robots. just a giant bender being like, I can't see my ass. I can't wash my ass anymore.
I could barely walk.
Somebody call the fire department. I need to go to Walmart.
All our fucking taxpayer dollars
Funding fat fucking robots.
funding these fat robots. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The anti-fat robot movement would start.
Just replay that.
Society would descend into chaos.
They're the only people going on that My 600-Pound Life.
Or the robots.
Yeah, that Iranian doctor being like, "You're killing yourself. I don't care that you are just buttons. You are killing yourself. What are you doing? You're crazy. Your buttons will fall off. They don't. You wake up one day, your buttons they do not work. You compress them."
I didn't see that many massive people in Austin.
No,
Austin's like
San Antonio's.
Austin's the fittest town in Texas, kind of.
Probably.
Yeah.
San Antonio is the fat one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
San Antonio is very funny.
They got big women down there.
You drive into a mall parking lot and you think you're following like a lowrider Ford Expedition, and then the family gets out and the suspension returns to where it should be. You're like, oh my God.
Just a family of 4. Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah. Have you ever seen that super cut of Charles Barkley talking about San Antonio? Mm-mm. He's just, anytime it comes up, he's like, they got some big women down there. He's like, them churros taste too good.
Yeah.
He's like, the churros too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down the Riverwalk, you see some big old women down there.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to shit on San Antonio, but the women big. They got.
You don't want to shit on San?
No, he's like, I don't want to. He's like, I love San Antonio, but them women, they're very big down there.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is a fat city.
Why is it so concentrated?
Because it's all restaurants.
It's
like
all
their
restaurants.
Whole economy is
There's
based
nothing
on,
to do.
Yeah, it's like military and then fucking going to restaurants.
It's close to Austin, is that right?
It's like 50 minutes away, I think.
That's close.
Yeah,
That's like a suburb.
I think I only ever drove to San Antonio maybe like 3 or 4 times when I lived there. I really didn't leave Austin all that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not far. And it could be nice. It could be a more fun city. I mean, Houston's the best city in Texas.
Oh, what's this guy featured for me on Thursday? He lived in the apartment beneath you. Chris
Cubis?
No, Chris
Tellez?
Tellez.
Oh, he's great.
He's great.
He's a really good comic.
Shout out to Chris Tellez.
Yeah. I don't know if he
really
lives
nice
beneath me.
He said he lived in your building.
Yeah,
or
no, I remember him.
Yeah, in that apartment complex.
Yeah. I haven't seen Chris in forever, but he was always hilarious.
He's still down there.
Yeah, he's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He was telling me that whole scene, like, in San Antonio, like, during COVID, they just all started, like, playing CeeLo and gambling and stuff. And they all, like, basically got addicted to gambling.
Yeah.
And basically everyone stopped doing stand-up because they just became degenerate gamblers.
San Antonio was always such a funny scene. There was only, like, a couple of comics there that were good. And it was like, well, really, it's just, I mean, well, I guess, does Tellez count as a San Antonio
No, he's
guy?
Austin.
He's always an Austin guy, yeah. But Jay White Cotton and James Ponce.
Who were that?
There were 2 San Antonio guys that I thought were funny. I mean, you're going back 15 years now, so I have no idea who's doing comedy in San Antonio now.
Yeah.
But at the time, those were the guys.
Were there clubs down there?
Yeah, they had, was it River Center? And then LOL. LOL was also owned by River Center. And River Center was weird because it looked like the old Cap City. I guess at one point, all of them were laugh stops. So, like, the original one was in Houston. And then they opened, I don't know, either the one in San Antonio and the one in Austin. So they all had a similar look. And then that fractured. And then I think Capital City Comedy Club and River Center were both owned, like, jointly by the people that owned the La Quintas, the fucking Colleen McGar, Rich Miller, and then eventually the old manager of Cap City and her husband had a stake in it. When I was in Austin, there was like 5 separate owners of Cap City. But at that point, River Center had already split off. And then the River Center people opened LOL, which is in like the northern part of San Antonio. I don't really know the geography. And I did one weekend there when it was like relatively new. I featured for Ryan Stout. And there was one show where, and that's a big room. It's like 400 or 500 capacity room, but like massive ceilings. It's like this big
Those
space.
are the worst kind of spaces.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then there was
It's
like
a hell gig.
this like sequin backdrop on the stage. It was like, yeah, it looked ridiculous. But there was one show, it was like the Friday early show, where there was, I think, probably 18 audience members. I mean, it was like a ridiculous amount of, it was insane. It was
Just like 10 staff members being paid.
Yeah,
like,
no, there were
like waiters serving no one.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was like they're like, it's set up like picnic tables.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was
The
two
lawn
tables with just people, like a couple of people dotted there. And like, I'm like 5 minutes into my set. I'm like, I'm sorry, they should have just refunded you guys. You could have seen a movie. I have no idea why they're doing a show. I mean,
Worse.
yeah, no, I like apologized to the audience, and I guess the owner was like in the back or something, and he was like, he's like, I gave a bad report to the booker, who was actually still the booker of, remember when we did Governors?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the lady that booked that, because I remember after that I emailed her and I was like, hey, can I, do any of the other clubs? And she was like, I'll be honest with you, they said you fucking suck. LOL said they hated you and you fucking suck and they don't want you working.
Yeah. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, whatever.
18 people. Those kind of gigs are like, those are the best.
No, they're not. They're the worst.
No, but it's like, that is hell on earth. Like, looking back on it, it's like, that is the worst feeling in the entire world. To just have an empty fucking room that
It kind of
big.
takes the pressure off. I mean, if the show's going to be fucking bad, I mean,
Yeah.
when you're a headliner, you look at that and you're like, I shouldn't.
My career is dying.
Yeah, right.
If you're featuring, you're like, what am I going to
I don't
do?
give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and featuring sucks. Don't make any money.
You don't make shit. You make $100.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it's like, but then what do you do about it?
You're not selling the tickets, though.
I know, yeah, you're not selling the tickets. I remember, I was younger. I was thinking about it. I was talking to, I don't want to say, I know his first name's Radu. I don't know. He's do you know that guy, that Romanian guy from Houston? I think he lives in Radu Bondar. Is Bondar? If I fucked up your name, I'm sorry. He's Romanian, so it doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
Should you know Romanian names? I feel like at this point in society, there's a cultural expectation to not fucked up like a Mexican person's name.
They all have like a U at the
Hold
end.
on, let me finish my point.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were like, is it Carlos?
I think
People be
ethnic
like, you're
white,
great.
you can fuck up their name.
Not ethnic white, but like there's an expectation. You should know how to say certain names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you should know how to say a Latin name or
Sure.
how to pronounce it. At least get close.
Gonzalez. Or
Yeah,
something.
right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be like Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Yeah.
You might, because that's a joke to you.
I don't
saying-
do that. I don't do that if race is involved.
Yeah. But Romanian, does that?
No.
Probably not.
No,
right?
no one
Anyways.
cares.
Anyways, I don't even know why I brought him up. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, just young comics talking about trying to organize comedians or whatever.
Like in a union?
Yeah, and it's just that I don't understand how it would work or what benefit there would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the only people, it's like, the headliners make all the money,
Right.
but you don't get to that point until you've been doing it 20 years.
Right, and eat shit and not make any money. For
Right,
20 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then almost every headliner brings a feature anyways. So like the things that would be covered, like, flight and accommodations or whatever, the headliner.
We're covered by the headliner.
Covered by the headliner, and there's no other place for that money to come out other than where the money's being brought in by the club.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it would come out of your pay anyways.
Yeah, it would just affect the headliner's pay, basically, and it already kind of does.
Yeah, and then if you affect it enough, it's like, well, then why am I even fucking headlining?
Yeah.
Like if you could have a feature paid, like feature shit, like a perfect world, they get 15 grand for the weekend,
A feature.
Yeah. But then who's that money coming out of from the guy that's like headlining, and then the headliner and the feature are making close to the same amount of money, and then it's like, well, then I'll just feature. There would be a breaking point
Yeah.
where if I wanted to go on the road, I'd just feature with somebody because it's easy. You don't have to worry about ticket sales, don't have to promote shit. Let's do easy 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are some people, I don't want to say their names, that are going to eventually unite comics and organize comics. I think
Yeah.
we both are thinking of the same person who, kind of in a perfect world, will accomplish
Barney
this.
the dinosaur.
Yeah, Barney. Old Barney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen to the writers' strike now? You see the Directors Guild, they have a deal.
Is that good for the writers or bad?
From what I see online, the writers are saying it's bad for them.
Oh, so we are still the last television show left.
Yeah, I don't know how long the strike's gonna go.
Well, don't they not? They don't really have programming during the summers anyways. But I guess they need to write the fall lineup.
Yeah, and they shoot everything.
And
now,
shoot everything.
This time around, the writers are picketing production. I came here yesterday, or on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I drove in. Saturday's nice because you can park on the street, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to park in the garage.
Yeah.
So I came expecting to be able to drive in. It was easy. There was no traffic. I was like, man, this is great. I got here in 15 minutes. And I get to fucking Broadway, and they have every street blocked off at Broadway, crosstown, from like 23rd to almost 14th. I think you can turn on like 15th, I guess,
Yeah.
or 14th. I can't remember what it is. But every block in between 5th and 6th just blocked off, right? And I couldn't like park over here, and then I'd like walk over, and then there's like fucking, I only saw like 2 or 3 people picketing, but the trucks wouldn't pass through, the Teamsters wouldn't pass through. So they shut down. I guess they were filming the Ghostbusters movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters movie. But they had fucking like every block blocked off. So this is probably a big production, or I don't know.
And the writers shut it down?
Yeah, just three of
Three
them.
guys?
3 of them, yeah. 'Cause
And so you got a parking spot?
I had already parked in the garage.
You already parked.
And I said that to one of the guys picketing.
Yeah.
So I don't know who he
You're
was.
like, God damn it.
Well, I was carrying shit from Home Depot. I'm like, they already fucked me over. I parked in the garage, and this guy's like, okay. Right, yeah,
Yeah.
just in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
But I'm a psycho also. I'm just complaining to them about parking.
Just some guy with a sign.
No, he's holding a
Some
sign.
guy with a hoodie and a
Yeah,
sign.
I'm like, can you believe this? I need to get to my office. They won't let me fucking park here. And they shut it down. Like 10 minutes later, they wrapped everybody. All the trucks left.
And the streets opened up.
Streets
God
opened up.
damn it.
Yeah.
You could have had a great
I
spot.
could have had a great spot.
I love a nice parking
because it
spot.
cost me money to pay in the park, park in the garage, but luckily it cost the Warner Brothers.
So what's
to
your
rent it.
takeaway? Are you pro union or are you pro bosses?
I'm pro something bad happening to somebody that inconvenienced me in the slightest.
Okay, so it's
So Warner Brothers losing.
So now you're
$250,000.
solidarity.
Yeah.
That's solidarity.
Right. Yeah. I'm back around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back
So
around.
thank you, writers.
Shout out to the writers.
Shout out to the writers for fucking sticking it to. Who makes that? Disney.
I don't know. Yeah. Is this the sequel to
Ghostbusters?
Afterlife?
I have no. Yeah, exactly. And I can't imagine what Ghostbusters is like now.
They have
Is it
like it's
deeply
the,
serious and dramatic and.
yeah, no, it's like Super 8.
Yeah.
It's like a J.J. Abrams aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a counter picket. Did they have a counter protest? It was Ian Fidant saying, "Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
We need Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
man."
Ghostbusters is fucking cool. What do you got? Communism? Yeah, right, pal. Yeah, fucking right.
The best was when we had Ernie Hudson and Ian asked if he could take a picture with his proton pack.
Yeah. No, his set for his show is like Ghostbusters themed. In his basement.
Yeah.
I wish you could have been there when Ian pitched me on the idea of me just giving him Come Town.
I was there, dude.
No, you weren't. It was outside of Gas.
He told me that at Caroline's.
Okay, but it was outside
Yeah.
of Gas Digital. And he goes, what do you think? I got a studio. I'm building in my basement. Me and my Christine, we just take Come Town. We take
We
over.
take the Patreon.
We take the Patreon. We shoot it. You don't have to do anything, and you get 10%. Huh? What do you think?
He pitched me on the same thing. I was like, Ian, what are we gonna do? We're not gonna do that. It's like the most friendly mugging. It's just like someone trying to mug you and like just acting like it's a good deal for you.
How about this? I live in your apartment. You continue to pay the rent. Every Tuesday, I make you a tuna sandwich. Me and Mike Racine, we're in a homo-romantic relationship, and we live together in your house.
Oh man, I think I missed him in Austin. I think he was down there.
You would know. There would be
Oh, no, dude.
18 million Instagram lives.
There would be ska playing.
Yo, the taco place.
Tacos!
I'm Ian. Who am I here with? My name's Madison. Madison from Austin. We're eating tacos. Okay, I'll check back in with you guys later.
Wow.
Is he still doing the Instagram live?
He's still posting his ass off.
Yeah. That guy. He's got a burning fire in him.
He really does.
Yeah,
and it won't be extinguished.
Can't be extinguished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a light unto the rest of us.
I saw the Boogeyman last night.
Was it scary?
It's terrible.
It's bad?
Yeah.
Where, you went to the theaters?
Yeah. It was a draft house.
It was bad?
Yeah, I did not enjoy it.
I want to see the Spider-Man, the new baby
There
Spider-Man.
was a lot of people going to see Baby Spider-Man.
I want to see it.
A lot of little boys going there with their grandma.
I want to go with my grandma, but
Yeah.
she lives in Cape Town, South Africa, and she's fucking and sucking.
Time for a trip to Cape Town, South Africa to go see Spider-Man.
To see the new baby Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
No, it's not Homecoming. It's
I don't know
it's
what
the
it
next Spider-Verse.
I don't know what it is.
It's the next
The
Spider-Verse one.
Spideyverse.
It's with Miles Morales. It's black. It's the black Latinx. He's Latinx,
Latinx.
and he's a kid, but he's got a lot of heart.
We talked about this, that Blasians have just disappeared entirely.
I know.
That's crazy to me.
It's really sad.
There was like 1 million of them.
You know what happened?
What?
People's Revolution.
Yeah, what do you call the Uyghurs in the Blasian community? Do they have those?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No. There was a. It was kind of like what happened in Cambodia. Pol Pot. They just wiped out the Blasian population.
Yeah, they got rid of Rough Riders hats.
They got rid of gin.
They all just kind of.
Do you remember the guy, the Asian guy in Rough Riders?
Yeah, but Jin is just Chinese.
It's just Chinese.
He's not Blasian.
Yeah, but he was promoting that type of culture.
That's just New York.
He was promoting Blasian culture. I told you I met Styles.
I love those New York Asian guys.
Yeah,
There's nothing I enjoy more than like an Asian guy with like a thick Brooklyn accent.
it's so funny.
They have
You
one of
see
those
it with
guys-
like NYPD cops a lot.
There's
When
one of
you
those
see
guys
the
in
Chinese
Barry.
guy.
There's one of those guys in Barry, plays the FBI agent.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Barry was one of my best friends growing up.
Really?
Yeah, he's got like a thick, like New York accent.
New York accent.
Yeah.
I told you I met Styles P,
Yeah, you did.
and I went up to him and I was like, I got this show. Me and my friend, like we kind of wrote it into the show that like Jadakiss is like kind of a plot point.
Yeah.
I was like drunk. No, I was drunk pitching him. I was like, what was he gonna be like? Yeah, I'll text Jadakiss. I'll get him on your show.
Maybe, you never know.
I mean, I shot
Take
my
shots.
shot.
You did that with John Turturro, Simon Pegg,
I did.
and now Styles P.
Yeah. But I wasn't even like, well, I was like, listen.
Styles Pegg.
I was like, listen, I'm a huge fan of D Block. I'm a huge fan of the Locks. And like, Jadakiss is kind of a central plot point in the show that I'm writing right now. We're non-union. Don't worry. The workers own the means of production. We're still writing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please get Jada on our show?
I'm gonna pitch it to Netflix, a comedy special called The Queens of Production, and you just get the like 4 communist comedians from Brooklyn, and I'm like, look, you're gonna lose $80 million on this.
No one is gonna watch
But there
it.
will be at least 6 or 7 articles saying it's the greatest comedy special of all time.
Yeah, we have the articles written
The
already.
articles are ready to go.
The articles are. The articles are in the fucking
It's
chamber.
going to be one of the most dog shit programs anyone's ever seen. But I tell you, when Intelligencer gets, when Paste Magazine hears about this, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Salon.com.
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
Salon? Yeah, I think so. What the fuck is Salon? What was Salon?
It was like the first one to be like, this is problematic. This is.
I always confused Salon with Slate, because Slate was like they didn't they try to like ride some kind of middle ground, Slate, or was that had a conservative bent to it?
No, Slate was like.
Slate would be like, we need reparations, and the next article would be like, black people have an extra bone in their skull. Like, also, people also read.
I don't remember that. No.
Oh, okay.
I think Slate was just like the Atlantic or something, but like maybe a little bit like more youthful.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't fucking know anything anymore. You know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. There's so many like media entities that came and went in the middle of the last decade. I mean, I'm sure Slate and Salon are still around,
I think there are.
but yeah, before the Gawker fallout, like Refinery 29 or
That's not still around anymore?
I don't think
no.
so.
Yeah. That was just girls were just ripping them off.
Yeah.
That was just some faceless corporate entity that was giving girls money
Yeah.
to do nothing.
Yeah.
To like literally just like
Yeah.
scribble.
Vote with your shoes.
Literally, that was just good for those girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for those girls.
Yeah.
They each got $1,500
Yeah.
out of it.
And then there was all those ones that were like New York specific, like a DNA info or whatever, and Gothamist. And
Yeah.
Gothamist, I think, is still around.
No, I think that's shut down too.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gothamist. It was like Brooklyn Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grub Street is one of them too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily food.
DNA info was the one that was always funny to me. Because there was a lot of them that were like, you just picked whatever domain name was available.
Right.
Refinery 29 was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, DNA info was like people were like, I think I remember when I moved here, they would like be trying to get their comedy shows posted on DNA info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was this guy that had an article on there. My good friend Bryson Turner.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Bryson.
when I moved, Bryson was a very funny comic, but he moved here and started hanging out with some questionable characters.
Uh-huh.
And I remember
Who ruffians.
Yeah, I remember going I hung out with him and we did open mics, and I just got I was drinking at the time. I got blasted. So I was depressed about like, oh, you got to move to New York and start like not even all over. You're like knocked a million places back. So going and doing these shitty open mics, and I just got drunk as shit. And the next day I woke up all hungover and I'm feeling like shit. And he's like, we're going to my friend's house for like, yeah, they had a name for it. It was like Breakfast of Champions or something.
Cool.
And I remember riding the train with him and having to like stop every 3 stops to throw up in the trash can. And it took forever. The guy lived like way south. I forget where he lived. I mean, I didn't know the geography of the city, but it felt like we were on the train forever. We get off in like Sunset Park or something. And we go to this guy's apartment, and it's in like a big high rise. I wish I could remember what neighborhood it was in. What was it? Where's the train station? It's like in between Prospect. It's like south of Prospect. There's that shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's down that neighborhood. Maybe it was just Flatbush. Maybe
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was
Yeah,
like
it's definitely not that far.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it felt far.
But from Bushwick or wherever you were coming from,
yeah,
it is kind of
Bed-Stuy.
far.
He lived right on
Off of Utica?
Flushing and Nostrand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he lived right by David's brisket house.
Yeah.
And I remember.
No,
too,
that's Fulton. Fulton
yeah,
and
Fulton
Nostrand.
and Nostrand. That's what I
You
said.
said Flush.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
Fulton and Nostrand. And that's where he lived. And I remember I was so stupid. I didn't have a smartphone, so I'd like visit him, and I'd go to his place. I'd take like the bus up or the train, and I'd get to. How I would get from Manhattan to Bed-Stuy is I would get on the L and take that to Broadway Junction.
And then you'd come back on the A.
And take the A back.
You retard.
I would
You
look at the
idiot.
map. I was like, okay,
That makes sense,
That's like
yeah.
the most direct path there. But yeah, so he's like, we're going to this thing. It's called Breakfast of Champions, and we go to this guy's place, and it was this Japanese guy who like just had this airs about him of being as like relaxed as possible. So he's wearing nothing but like shorts, like khaki shorts, and they're undone.
Yeah.
So he's just walking around with his shorts just open, and he's like, there's some crepes being made if anyone would like crepes, and then there's just this weird assortment of people that he's gathered there. One of them was this like
It was like Brooklyn hipster 2008.
not even hipsters. Like what there was like this. I remember talking for a while to this African woman who was just there, and she was like this kind of like reserved, kind of like quiet, just I mean, she wasn't a hipster at all. It was just a lady.
Just a middle-aged lady.
Just a lady from Africa. Yeah. And she was there. And you know that book, Drawing from the Right Side of the Brain?
Oh.
It's an introduction to drawing book that has all of these exercises that make it so that, like, I guess people have hang-ups when they draw, where they look at something and then they go to recreate it. And what happens is they look at it and then their head creates, like,
An image.
And then they draw that image.
Yeah.
So that's why people will draw a face and they're looking at somebody and the eyes are like way up here.
Yeah.
Because there's all this stuff your brain does.
So it's just like technical.
There's so like the only exercise I remember from the book is they have you draw yourself upside down, and then that way you're not looking at a face anymore, and you can more accurately draw this thing. And then you turn it around, and you're like, whoa, it looks a lot better. But he had read this book, right? So he has all these things. The one thing I remember they had planned is like, we're all gonna pick a partner and we're gonna draw each other, right? And I got paired up with some like girl or whatever, and I'm thinking like, okay, everybody in here, because I was younger at the time, so I'm like, in my head.
And you were drunk.
No, I was maybe I was still a little bit drunk from the night before, but literally, I don't think like. I truly don't think anyone was nice to me until I was like 23 years old. Not to blame it on the world, but my understanding of everything was like everybody's always trying to fuck with you constantly.
Yeah.
Everybody's always just like making fun of. As soon as you leave the room, everybody's making fun of you, and you have to make fun of them. Like that's how things work, right? So I'm sitting there, and I think that like all of these people are just laughing
hate
at this.
you, yeah.
They hate me, but they hate this guy. We all hate each other. You know, like, I thought. So we
It's just a cynical understanding of people.
Yeah, no, truly, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like think that anything would be like people would engage with things sincerely. So I was partnering with this girl, this like different girl, and we have to sit across and draw each other. So I just draw the meanest picture I can. You know? I'm like just drawing her like buck teeth, all ugly or whatever.
Her pussy's out there, flies around her pussy.
They're like, now let's show each other our pictures. And I'm like, ha ha. And she's like, oh, and she just turns around like a nice picture of me, you know, and everybody else did the same thing. I'm like, oh,
You just ruined the hang?
Yeah, no, I didn't ruin it. They were like, oh, okay. And I kind of just brushed it off. And then at one point he's like, now we're going to do confessionals. So I have a video camera set up in the closet and everybody's going to go in and we're going to record a video and then we're going to look at it in a year. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And Bryson was like, come on, man, I think you should. I'm like, I'm absolutely not doing that. If you want, I'll stop eating the crepes. If that's the deal here, then I won't have any more crepes. Yeah. But I'm not going in that fucking closet and making a video, you know? And so, yeah, they all took turns going to the closet. And then I kind of always kept tabs on the guy because it was such an insane thing.
The Japanese guy?
Yeah. So Bryson was funny because he always had this like sort of like cultish disposition to him, and I don't know if it was like
where he'd attach himself to people like that.
Yeah, that.
He'd find people like that.
I don't know really what happened because he was a very good comic, you know. But
they say he was the best.
Yeah, 23, 24 years old, and then I guess he just wanted comedy to be more than it is, you know. Which in a lot of ways sort of like presaged what comedy has become, and that's where you get like, you know, Chappelle doing culture war stuff or Nanette. He wanted to have like more impact. Where like at the time, and that seems like
it was just observational.
Well, yeah, even like going back 10, 15 years, it's like that doesn't seem like it would be
absurd,
right?
Yeah.
And but like people forget it's like what comics wanted to be if they didn't want to be comedians is they wanted to be like rock stars.
Right.
They didn't want to be smart. Like no comedian was like, oh, I'm trying to be a philosopher. No. Like that didn't like it. No. They really weren't. It was really just.
They wanted to be Attell, or like Attell is not a rock star, but they wanted to be like a They
wanted to be like Rage Against the Machine. You know? I mean, so like.
I mean, Dice was trying to be Elvis.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you know, so I don't know. I guess he maybe that led him to. I don't know where he found this guy or like how, but. Yeah, I remember seeing there was an article on like DNA Info about that guy years later, and he was offering nude tea drinking ceremonies where he would come to your house and drink tea naked with you. There was like an article on DNA Info, and it's like, yeah, this city really got fucking wild. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny, because I've complained. I've complained because everybody used to complain about hipsters. And then Donald Trump got elected, and the hipster died. Like the people needed, needed a meaning that was more grounded in like the material world, I guess. So they all became like supposed, political activists. It's,
Right.
Well, every hipster suddenly was just a guy that cares about, Medicaid or whatever they turned into, or labor stuff. So those guys, they don't really exist anymore, but they're much funnier. They're way more fun to laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys that just make switchel. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember that phase?
What was that?
That was a thing. It was like during the lumberjack sexual era.
Ugh.
It was like 1800s guys. Like, you remember that? There used to be the Instagram ads for that thing, Bespoke Post.
Yeah, I remember that.
That kind of stuff is the boots.
Like beard oil guys?
The boots, the beard oil. They would send you like I think it started with Birchbox. It was that makeup company.
Yeah.
The idea of
mustache wax?
Yeah, of like cosmetics as a service, I guess,
yeah.
where you subscribe and they send you a box of like whatever.
Yeah.
But then they did it for guys with that, where you would get like a jigger and like a straight razor, and then like just a little strip of leather, just a little piece of leather to chew on, But yeah, Switchel was a thing. Those guys making it was like, and the thing was like Switchel's actually the oldest soda. It was the first.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's like ginger ale. Yeah, it was like the first ginger ale that anyone had ever come up with. So there was guys making Switchel.
Switchel.
Yeah, and there'd be articles about them.
I remember guys were making root beer. They were making, because they're like, oh, it's just sassafras.
Sarsaparilla.
And sarsaparilla, yeah. It's just like, cool, man. Go to the fucking store. Yeah, that was a fucking terrible era. I remember there was this girl that she would come to comedy shows in DC, and I fucking hated her. She like wasn't a comic. She was just like, I don't know. She was just like a judgmental kind of fucking like, one of those fucking, Rosie the Riveter kind of hipster girls.
Who?
I forget her fucking name, but I saw her in Union Square like right after I moved here, and she had a typewriter out and then a free hugs sign, and I was like, God fucking damn it, she's here now.
Yeah.
And I fucking like literally almost got hit by a car trying to avoid her.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like.
We should send, what's his name? Donald? Why am I forgetting his name? Dennis?
Who?
I don't want to call him the trumpet guy. What's his name?
Oh, what's his name?
Our friend.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Is it Dennis?
It's not Dennis. What the fuck is his name?
Doug.
Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should send Doug to Union Square because that's where he really belongs.
Yeah.
Anybody that does art in Union Square, that's all fake.
Or Washington Square Park. Yeah.
Every Union Square artist is like, I put a diaper on and I'm wearing clown makeup.
We should do man on the street stuff with him, and where he's just doesn't ask a single question.
Yeah.
He just has his cell phone out.
And I'm British.
And I'm British.
And I'm British.
And I was best friends with Roberta Flack.
He's so funny, dude.
He's funny. He'll be back.
Have you ever seen the end of Toy Story 3? The end of City Lights. Where he goes off of Toy Story 3, he starts talking about
City Lights.
City
He says
Lights.
City Lights.
when he puts the flower.
That never made the cut.
Yeah.
The flower girl. No, it didn't make it in. It didn't make it in.
That was the funniest part.
It was the funniest part. Steven didn't leave it in.
Oh my God, me and Hunter were crying.
City Lights. When the flower girl.
It's the prompt is.
I cried.
The prompt is, have you seen Toy Story 3?
City Lights.
Yeah. He puts the flower, and it symbolizes.
And he like almost starts crying.
Yeah.
It's very emotional for people. Well, we got a lot to do today.
We do. Yeah, busy day. A lot of scheduling. We got to watch all this footage.
Yep. Let's go through that footage.
Yeah. Well, this
Guys.
is another fun, chill.
Just a chill Monday morning.
This has become more intimate. I don't know why. I'm enjoying the Adam Friedland Show podcast more than I used to. Maybe we're just
I'm loving that.
Maybe we're just comfortable.
I think that's just what it is.
It's weird.
Honestly, the last one, the one we did where we were talking about dying, like that was in the afternoon. I think we hit the formula really well. The show is really nice. At 9:30 a.m., we get to the studio, and we're just doing kind of like Huda and Kathy Lee, although we're sober.
Yeah. I've got 2 weeks now.
2 weeks?
2 weeks over.
Let's give it up for Nick.
Oh,
2
thank you.
weeks.
Thank
2
you,
weeks.
everybody.
All right. Ginzy, thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Irvine this weekend, 8th through 10th. Love you. And then San Diego next weekend, what is it, the 15th through the 17th for Nick Mullen, the Comedy Co.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Okay.